Hello students, my name is Somkang Pansa and I'm a master's in mathematics. I did my bachelor's from Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, Meghalaya, and I did my master's from Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh. After going through various career options, I find teaching to be more suitable to me because everybody in this world they are doing their profession or their work to have an impact on society, on other people's life. So I thought to myself, why not teaching? Why not I directly impact on another's raw life? Yes, I call it teaching to be a direct impact on raw life because you are directly interacting with the child, you are directly interacting with the students in their early ages, in their teenage, so you can directly influence them in a positive way. So I have decided that I'll continue my career in teaching profession only. And apart from mathematics and teaching, I do writing. I have written several books also, and I write poetries, stories, and sometimes fiction, non-fiction, like mixtures. So writing is my passion and hobby, apart from mathematics, of course. And that's all. That's my introduction. And today I'll be teaching you the number system from chapter 1, class 9. So the first and foremost question would be, what are the numbers? So numbers are nothing but a language which we use to calculate, measure, or analyze things. Whether numbers or mathematics in general is an invented or discovered, it's a debate for another day, but we'll stick to the lesson that is number system today. Again, you might be asking then why do we need the number systems separately? So we need the number system separately because we want to clock those numbers together which have same properties, which have similar properties, and which have different uses in our life. So to begin with our number system, we have the natural numbers. So what are natural numbers? So if I tell a student to count the number of students in a class, he would naturally start counting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So why not he start with the number 0 or negative numbers or any other number other than 1? Because 1 comes naturally to him. Anything that comes naturally to men, we call it as natural. For example, we call natural beauty, natural actor, or anything that comes effortlessly to men, we call it as natural. So 1 comes naturally to men from starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 onwards. So we call it as the natural numbers. Also we call it as the counting numbers. Then comes the whole numbers. So what are whole numbers? Why do we need again the whole numbers? Because see here, from 1 to 9 we have the 9 digits. Here, so if we want to proceed further, we want to express other number bigger than 9, we got stuck here. We cannot express other numbers using these 9 numbers. So the invention of 0 was very much necessary. And thankfully Aryabhatta invented the number 0. Now we can differentiate any number, for example, between 6 and 60. If there is no 0, we cannot differentiate. So for example, if we write 6 and 6, so there's no differentiation. But if we write here 0 or 0, so we clearly see that one is 6 and another is 600. So 0 comes here and 0 completes the whole number system, that is 10 base number system. Number system which we are studying now is a 10 base system. We have different base system. We have 12 base system also. We have 60 base system also. So this is we call it as 10 base decimal system. This is decimal system, decimal number system. So here 0 completes the whole cycle. That is why you call it the whole numbers, because now now the system is complete. It has become whole. That is why we call it the whole numbers. Then we have the integers. Then why do we need the integers? Integers are basically introduced to represent debt. For example, if shopkeeper has 10 rupees to give, but whether this 10 rupees he has to give to the customer or the customer has to give to him. So here is a confusion, right? So for example, so to represent this, we need integers. For example, if he has to give 10 rupees the customers, he will represent by minus 10. If the same 10 rupees is customer has to give to him, then he will represent by plus 10. Here the confusion becomes very clear whether this 10 rupees on is owned by whom. So that's why we need the integers in our life. Then we have the even numbers. What are even numbers? Numbers which are divisible by 2. What are even numbers? The numbers which are divisible by 2. So basically, for example, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Which means completely divisible by 2. There's no remainder when these numbers are divided by 2. Then we have the odd numbers. What are odd numbers? The odd numbers are nothing but the numbers which are not divisible by 2. So any number not divisible by 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on. There is remainder is there when divided by 2. So that is called odd numbers. So basically even numbers and odd numbers are introduced by Pythagoras. Then we have the prime numbers. Then what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are the numbers having only two factors. For example, let's say 2. 2 has how many factors? Only two factors, 1 and 2. For example, 3. 3 has how many factors? 1 and 3. So any number having only two factors is called a prime number. Prime numbers are basically used in security purposes. You might have come across cryptography. Nowadays it's very popular cryptocurrency. So in this security purposes, these prime numbers are used. Then we have the consecutive numbers. What are consecutive numbers? Consecutive numbers are the numbers having more than two factors, or we can say the opposite of prime numbers. For example, any number, for example, 4, 6, 8. These are consecutive numbers because it has more than two factors. For example, 4 has how many factors? 4 has 1, 2 and 4. Likewise, 6 has more than two factors. Likewise, 8 has more than two factors. So these are called consecutive numbers. Then we have the rational numbers, then we have the irrational numbers, then we have the real numbers and so on. So all this we'll study in class 10. So that's it. Thank you.